What's up everybody, Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, coming at you with another video. Thanks for taking time to check it out. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbing and or liking, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you didn't know who I am or stumbled upon this amazing channel by mistake, stick around. I'm the Crapgamer, the most compelling motherfucker on YouTube, the king of all game-related media, the albino rhino, the master of disaster, the pony leg breaker extraordinaire. At your service, humbly at your service. On to today's video. So, No Man's Sky come out, right? And we all know what's going on with that, behind that. Sony kind of was trying to censor some of the reviews and some of the videos and things like that. Now the game is officially released, and it's safe to talk about it a little bit. Here's the thing, right? The game was sold as this exploration game, and then it turns out that the game is actually a survival game where you're mining for stuff and you're constantly having to do that. And it's one of those situations where they maybe kind of misled some people. Also Sony covered up the online multiplayer component box on the collector's edition on the PS4. Apparently there is no multiplayer or anything like that. Maybe it was cut, I don't really know. I do think that it's a situation that deserves to be talked about a little bit. The media does seem to cover a bit for Sony when it comes to this stuff. And here's the thing, I know a lot of people will say, well crap, are you just hating on the game because it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive? No, absolutely not. Here's the thing, right? Sean Murray used to work at EA, right? He quit that. He hated that, right? And it's an interesting story about how No Man's Sky came about in the first place, which was his group did the Joe Danger games or whatever, and he actually sold his house, and he sold his house. We said it was because he made that money to buy the house working at EA, and it was like blood money, like a blood diamond or whatever. So it was dirty, so he got rid of it, and and funded his studio making those games. And they didn't want to get stuck in making like a bunch of sequels like AAA games did. They did Joe Danger 1 and 2, and so they wanted to do something else. So No Man's Sky, yes, like the exploration thing, if they had just an exploration mode where you didn't have to mine and all that stuff, I think that it would be much cooler. But I think the fact that they kind of lied and misled a bit as far as like the multiplayer and will you ever be able to meet up with other people and all this kind of stuff, I think that that's wrong. I also think that the fact that the game doesn't seem like it's ready to be released, since it drops down to like 11 or 13 frames per second on PS4, I think that that's kind of misleading. Maybe they rushed it to cut out the multiplayer. I don't know what the deal is, but the fact that they're censoring people talking about it, or were, until after release, and they waited to the last minute to give out review copies, that's a bit unfortunate in my opinion, and I think that that's wrong as well. And this whole No Man's Sky thing has kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And I would say that the same thing could be said for We Happy Few. When you start that game, the beginning, it is awesome. The whole joy thing and the society and everybody's drugged up. I really dig that. The Clockwork Orange / BioShock vibe. And then when you get outside, it's like this drink, eat, survival game. That sucks. If they stuck to the story stuff, I think it'd be fantastic. The survival stuff, not so much. There's already like a million games like that, and it's like a genre that I'm just not a fan of. But this whole like No Man's Sky debacle, I think, who's to blame for it? Is it Sony? Is it Hello Games? You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't think that they're bad. I don't think Sean Murray's a bad guy. I don't think Hello Games is a bad company or anything like that. I just think that there's some misleading going on here back and forth, and I think that the media has been covering for it pretty heavily, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. Do you have the game? Are you interested in the game? Do you think that there's been some lying going on? Does Sony have some splaining to do? Let me know. Sound off, comment, rate, subscribe. Rack it up. Crapgamer out.